Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So this story is a bit dated, but I wanted to share it for a very specific reason, which I'll explain in a minute. But here's the deal. On election day in 2020, a 37-year-old man named Eduardo Acosta and some of his friends, they were on this little island off of Florida. They approached two other men who were on a jet ski, two men on one jet ski. And the jet ski had a flag on it and it said riding with Biden. Well, Acosta starts arguing with the men and he tells them anyone who supports Biden is a child molester. Pretty ironic coming from a Trump supporter. I mean, who wants to tell him, huh? Man literally accused of raping a 13-year-old child at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion. I don't know. Anyway, one of the two men who were accosted by Acosta, they began filming. They started filming this interaction, and the video showed Acosta lunging at them at one point. Now, luckily, one of the men in Acosta's group was a little more sane and rational than he was. He held Acosta back. However, Acosta came back later with a gun. So he starts shooting at the two men on the jet ski. They jump on the jet ski. They were on the beach when he starts shooting, I think. They jump on the jet ski and they take off, and Acosta starts chasing them. Reports say that the two men fell in the water, and this was as bullets are flying over their heads. And then Acosta caught up with them while they were in the water. So Acosta briefly held them at gunpoint and he told them, quote, "Don't come back to this island. I'm going to kill you." So Acosta was arrested and he was charged with 2 counts of premeditated attempted murder with a weapon, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon, and robbery with a weapon. Acosta's trial started in October of 2022. And the Miami Herald did a deep dive into the difficulty they had in locating an impartial jury. They shared a bunch of different stories about various jurors who were excused because they were either too pro-Trump or too anti-Trump. And some jurors were very honest about it. Some just said, "I can't be impartial. I loathe everything he stands for." Others said, "Oh, I just think that he's the greatest thing since, Christ." I mean, basically. Eventually, though, they were able to pull together a panel of jurors, an impartial panel of jurors. They had 6 jurors on this trial for some reason. During the trial, Acosta's attorney tried to excuse away all of his behavior. He claimed that Acosta accidentally discharged the gun. And then he claimed that the only reason Acosta took the gun to the beach was because the other men were acting erratic. Well, when the decision was finally handed off to the jury, they deliberated for only 2 hours. That's how clear-cut this was. And they returned a guilty verdict on all counts. So Acosta was facing between 20 years to life. Now, unfortunately, I can't, for some reason, locate any information about his sentencing, but he was taken into custody immediately after the verdict was handed down, and he was sentenced in December of 2022. I think this was an important story to share because this occurred in South Florida, and the trial was held in South Florida. So it shows you can find impartial jurors even down in Margaritaville, right? Even down where Trump is going to be tried. And they all 6 said, yeah, guilty. So I hope this gives you some hope for his trial down there. I get it that the judge is another factor that is not good, but she is not going to be making the decision. She will be making the sentencing decision, but she will not be making the decision as to his guilt or innocence. She can try to hold things up. She can try to help him in any way she can and stack the deck to his benefit, but it will ultimately be up to those jurors. And as others have pointed out, if you get 1 or 2 jurors that say, I think he's innocent, and everybody else says, no, he's guilty, that's a hung jury. They can take it back to trial. And with any luck, it would be assigned to a different judge. So, it's not like he's been exonerated. You would have to get every single juror to agree that he is not guilty for Trump to be exonerated. So we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. If I hear anything about Acosta and his sentencing, or if anybody knows anything and they can shoot me a link, you can drop it in the comments below. I would love to do a follow-up on this and know exactly how he was sentenced. But this is a father. This is a father. This is a guy who had a good job, threw it all away once again for the apricot antichrist. All right. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it with others, become a subscriber if you have not, become a donor if you possibly can. Love you guys. Take care. Talk with you soon.